everyone. Today we're going to talk about the website pages that you absolutely have to have on your website as a photographer. Let's dive into it. Studies show that 75% of consumers admit to making judgments on a company's credibility based on their website design. A professional, well-structured website can significantly boost your credibility and improve conversion rates. So the first thing is obviously you have to have a homepage. The homepage is the front door to your business. It's the first page most visitors see, so it will make a great impression and guide them to the next steps. You want to make sure you have a headline and a call to action. You want to make sure that you are giving them a strong call to action so they know where to go next. Make sure you're also using high quality images that immediately capture their attention, and make sure your call to action stands out in a contrasting color that draws the eye. You also need to make sure you have quick navigation to key pages, such as portfolio, services, contact, things like that. Have them near the top of your homepage to guide visitors to the next step. The next one is you have to have a portfolio page. As photographers, we have to be able to show our portfolio and what we've done. So you want to make sure that you have a great portfolio on there that shows what you've done and what your work looks like. Some people prefer to show full galleries. Others prefer to show highlight images. I personally like to highlight images that are really impactful. And then when I talk to a client, I'll send them a full gallery. For me, it just works better that way, but every person has their preference. You also want to make sure that even on the portfolio page that you have a call to action. Every page should have a call to action so people know what they're supposed to be doing next or how to get in touch with you. Without having these call to actions, it's easier for people to leave without reaching out. The next thing is you want to have an about page. Every brand, there's a story behind every brand, and you need to make sure that your potential clients are learning more about you and your story and what sets you apart. You want to make sure that they know who they're talking to and why they should be talking to you. A wedding day is a very personal day and very important, and you're spending a lot of time with them. So you want to make sure that they feel welcomed and that you connect with your ideal client. You also want to make sure that on this page you're including testimonials and client quotes. This way, people are even more confident in your work. The next page is a services page. You want to make sure you're outlining exactly what you offer and what you specialize in. If you specialize in weddings, having a services page about weddings and what the process looks like. If you are a senior photographer, what that process looks like, things like that. You want to make sure people know exactly what you specialize in. Also, there's going to be a never-ending debate about whether you should include your prices on your website or not. Personally, I don't include prices on my website. I don't even put a starting price on there, but that is because we have the ability to take all the calls that come in. We have a large team that helps us run everything. And so for us, we don't need to filter out. Plus, we're pretty good at sales. And so if we have a lot of people who come to us and say they have a $2,000 budget and then they end up spending 7,000 with us. A lot of this plays into it. If you are like a single person company and taking all the calls by yourself and you already have lots of leads coming in, you can definitely put your prices out there because that will weed out the people who don't have the money to invest in you or don't want to invest the money. The next page is a contact page. Obviously, you want to make sure that you have a contact page so people can easily reach out to you. The more questions you put on your contact page, the higher barrier of resistance you're creating. I don't think it's a bad thing. Personally, we have a lot of questions. I think we have about 7 questions on our contact form, but I know if people are filling it out, they're very interested in us, and this gives us a lot of information about them and their wedding day. You can definitely pare it down if you just want name, phone number, email address, and wedding date or things like that. But personally, we include things like what is your ideal weekend? How did he propose? What else should we know about you and your wedding day? Things like that. But it is totally up to you. Like I said, it does create a higher barrier of resistance by having more questions. But I do think it's helpful to know who is willing to answer those questions so we can have those conversations. The last page is a blog. I highly recommend having a blog for a multitude of reasons. The biggest reason is going to be SEO. This helps dramatically with your SEO, making sure you have keywords on there and you're searchable for your locations. But also, it is a resource for your potential clients and for your actual clients. You can create checklists on there. You can create a guideline for like how to get married in whatever state, things like that. And also share the work from your past sessions and weddings. I think it's a very important part of your website, and you definitely need to make sure that you're blogging regularly. We're going to talk about that in another video very shortly about how often you should be blogging, but making sure you're blogging regularly is very important to make sure you're updated. Those are just the pages that I think every photographer should have on their website. I hope this was helpful to give you guys a clear idea of what is going on and how to build that ideal website. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, but I'll talk to you guys soon.